What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone is having a fantastic night so far. I'm here with my co-host Ross, and Ross, we got a very special show with a very, very talented young man. Francis Mauigoa. He committed to Miami. He was the number one overall offensive tackle, but we have another five-star joining the show, and he took his official visit to Miami in June. Number three offensive tackle in the nation. Why don't you introduce him to the viewers watching?
We've got 2023 five-star offensive tackle Samson Okunlola from Thayer Academy in Brockton, Massachusetts.
Samson, welcome back on the scoop, man. It's a pleasure to have you on.
For sure. Appreciate y'all having me.
Absolutely. Man, what's it like? You just visited the University of Miami. You got a Miami Hurricanes football t-shirt on right now. Before you were backstage, you were telling me it was your first time in Miami. The visit went great. Walk us through that experience, being in Coral Gables, on campus, talking to the coaching staff. Your first time in the city of Miami.
Overall, yeah. We got in town pretty late, and next morning it was pretty great to see the coaches, talk to coaches, really good experience that. Get to feel the Miami heat as well. It was a great experience, overall, just conversing with the players as well. It was a great experience, talking about them, especially with the coaching changing and all that. Just the culture really changing down there, become more structured and all.
Absolutely. And, Ross, I know last time we had Samson, you broke him down, but for all the viewers that missed that show, what does Samson bring to the table that makes him so special as one of the top, not only offensive tackles in the nation, just top recruits in the nation in general?
The mix of size and athleticism and skill it's something you just don't see in every offensive tackle at his age. It isn't. The fact that he is so agile with the body that he has, with the reach that he has, dude, it's why he's a five-star. On top of that, the high IQ he has on the field really, really shows up snap by snap.
Those are fantastic comments, Samson. Anything else you want to add to that to show Canes fans, what you're really about?
He really nailed it down. I like to say I'm a aggressive technician, so pretty much just nailed it down for that right there. So
love it, man. Samson, what was your favorite part of the visit or the University of Miami in general?
For part of the visit. Probably just really hanging out with the players, getting to know them, just getting to really converse with them to see how they were. The players down there are real cool, real genuine and stuff. So probably just hanging out with the players.
Awesome, man. Got the Canes fans joining the live show, showing Samson a lot of love right now. Gotta love it, man. This Canes fan base is phenomenal.
Hey, Samson, was there anything about the campus that stood out to you while you were visiting?
They had a pretty good campus. The campus, it's Miami, so the campus is nice. Get to see around it. I talk a lot with people down there, so the campus is great.
I'd like to ask you just, individually, just hear about two coaches and your thoughts on Mario Cristobal. What's your feeling on our new head coach?
He's a great guy. He's an O-line guy, so, it's in my favor. So, he's a great guy, real genuine, just really gives you the facts down. He really loves his players. He's a player guy, so really for the players, not in it for money and really not that. He really just loves football, so pretty much right down there.
And what's your opinion on our little 5'2" monster offensive line coach? What do you think about him, man? Coach Mirabel.
Oh, yeah, Coach Mirabel, definitely one of the best in the game right now. Real technician what he does, really just good blueprint. He has a drill for everything. They're really just he's a technician and alone. He's a great teacher and pretty much right there.
Hey, Samson, one of the comments viewers had asked, has any Miami Hurricanes, football players of the past, great offensive linemen like Brian McKinney, for example, has anyone reached out to you or spoken to you at all? Any alumni?
I talked to probably I think maybe by Brian McKinney. When he was at the Legends camp. So I talked to a couple of dudes when they were at the Legend camp. I think it was three of them. I forgot. I don't even remember Brian McKinney like that. I forgot the other ones. So.
Are you taking any other visits to any schools moving forward, or is that it for right now?
I might be taking 2 more in-season visits, really depending on how I feel, after the visits are pretty much really just deciding. So I might take 2 more in-season.
Absolutely. And, I know, I think it's great people, young men want to take their time, make decisions. Is that how you're kind of playing this recruitment out so far? You're enjoying it and you just want to take your time and make the best possible decision for your football career?
I mean, yeah, for sure. I've been doing that since day one. Taking time. Starting to get to know the schools and the coaching staffs, and really just taking the time with it.
Absolutely. I think that's phenomenal. You want to take your time, make sure you make the right decision. If you can tell me three deciding factors you think, whether it's academics, maybe it's the relationship with the coaching staff, or an NFL pipeline. I mean, what factors do you think are right now impacting your potential decision of playing football at the next level at a very elite program?
So definitely, number one is development. How you can develop me as a player. Overall as a person as well. How you gonna really just bring my game to the next level. And second would be education / connections. Overall just internships in the summer for connection stuff. So overall, how you gonna elevate me as a student. And as a businessman as well. So and third, I would say really just um probably just having really genuine bond with the program. Just loving where it's like people make the place. Really just loving the coaching staff and just loving the place.
Samson, did you get a chance to meet the strength and conditioning coach, Coach Feld?
Oh yeah, I did for sure.
What do you think about Coach Feld?
Yeah, real energetic dude. I mean, real energetic. He really likes to look up this stuff. Real. He's really into this stuff, so he really looks it up. Really takes his time with it. It's a real detailed process with him. So, I mean, yeah, he's a real great straight coach. So it's pretty much right there.
Was there anything specific that any of these coaches told you that really stood with you, and stuck with you after you left, or was it mostly just the overall experience?
Probably just the overall experience. Just being on campus. Hanging out with the players, and just, overall just being in Miami as well.
Who was able to go on the visit with you?
So my parents, my mom and dad, and my brother, one of my older brothers.
Did they enjoy it?
Oh yeah, they enjoyed it. Yeah, they had a great time.
Was this your older brother that's also playing college football?
No, it wasn't him. It was a different one.
Okay.
Samson, we got a question from one of the viewers watching. I'm curious, have you spoken to Francis Mauigoa at all?
No, I've never spoken to him.
Because, playing alongside number one offensive tackle in the nation, let's say perhaps if you guys play together, I mean, would you ever consider that being a cool possibility, you guys taking over the O-line eventually at the University of Miami if that comes to fruition?
I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, I love playing with great players. Playing with a good player beside you. We're just like O-line is one, so just playing with good players all around. Just elevates your game, elevates his games. Generally, just brings the O-line better. So.
Anything that stood out specifically, maybe from visiting other schools during your visits about Miami that you really liked? Whether maybe, hey, Coach Mirabal, Coach Cristobal, those are offensive line guys, and they've coached some great NFL players. The rich history of University of Miami. Anything that stood out, or maybe it was the weather. The weather was phenomenal.
Probably just generally going over tape. Going over O-line stuff. And generally just like, answering all my questions pretty much. Some coaches can't answer all questions, but, just having answers for questions is always good. And if you don't, just finding an answer as well.
Samson, when you started this whole process, your whole entire recruiting process, as time has gone on during your recruitment, have some of your priorities changed in regards to the school that you're interested in?
My priorities pretty much stayed the same the whole way through, really, for me. I mean, just coming in, finding a good program where I could be developed at, also getting a great education on the back end, possibly playing early is really what I really want to do as well. So just finding a great school that I could do that at, and just really just liking the staff. So, like, I mean, my stuff really never changed even during NIL and stuff, It's pretty much the same as always been.
Did they speak with you about wanting to make major improvements on the offensive line?
I mean, yeah, for sure. When they got there right now, the O-line's not doing too great. But, I mean, I mean, at the end of the day, the teachers. So you really just teach up the whole line, see how they're going to do this upcoming season. Yeah, I mean they're making improvements. They got Francis. They got a couple more line dudes. I know they got So I mean, the 23 class gonna be a big class for them.
Do you believe that the type of coaches Miami has for offensive line coaching right now are the type of coaches that can get them to that level?
Yeah, I believe in that for sure. They've showed that they can develop in the past, so I'm saying why not they can't develop now.
So Samson, you told me you're fairly done with all your visits. Maybe a couple more during the regular season. What are you working on right now for this upcoming football season to get better as a football player and prepare you for college football?
Oh yeah, so right now I'm really working on refining my run game. It's really just working on how to create force and really just in my stance and really working on that. Working on my run game. Hands to the inside, staying low. Really just working on hitting my second step. My past games working on more stable base. Just working on overall body control and just level shoulders and just really just working on being the technician. Honestly, I don't really play the best of comps, so just really just working on my technique. It's really gonna help me a long way through.
Awesome, man. That's great to hear. You're working on your craft and you're getting better and better every day. And we know you're going to be ready to go at the next level. We're excited at where you're going to excel at. I know Canes fans would love to have you down in Coral Gables. Samson, what's something you can tell all the viewers listening now and later about yourself? You know, Instead of the football player Samson Okunlola, but as the human being yourself. Yeah.
I mean, as a human being, I mean, I'm just a kid from Brockton. Really, I'm just a kid from Brockton who loves football and just pretty much just working. I mean, I just love football. I'm just a kid from Brockton who's willing to grind. Just love football, get a great education, and just really just have a successful life. So pretty much there and there.
Love it.
Samson, with this new staff we have, we're definitely trying to move up in the rankings. Move up in the AP rankings and the poll rankings and in the recruit rankings. You have got some big time schools going after you. I won't list all of them that your top schools are, but I'm kind of curious as to, why you might be interested in some of these schools and why they stand out to you. And I'm pretty sure Alabama's an easy one to explain. Like what sticks out to you to Alabama that makes it a top school?
I mean, Alabama got a standard on there. They got a standard of winning and a standard of producing. So, I mean, being in that standard, it's like they say you are who you are around. So, I mean, you're around greats, you're gonna be a great yourself. So that's really just how I look at Alabama. And overall, just how they set up everything. It's like it's basically like the league. So, you're gonna be ready when time comes.
How about Michigan State, with them proving they could start to win really quick with that staff that they put together last year? What sticks out about Michigan State for you?
Michigan State, really just the generality I have as a staff. I really bond well with a lot of dudes on the staff. I have real good talks with head coach and Coach Cap as well. And overall, they're a pretty new program in a sense of the staff. I mean, they have really good lights on me and they had a great season. So really just pretty much, just looking at it, it's good opportunities over there.
And the last one I'm going to ask you about is Ohio State. What's been standing out there for Ohio State? I know they got a long, rich history.
Yeah, Ohio State. Ohio State's like they've always been a good team year in year and out. Just needing a couple of linemen now coming in. I know they got Paris is about to be out, so just it's an opportunity to start early over there and get coached by a pretty good coach as well. So overall, and Ryan Day being a math dude too is a good plus.
Well, Samson, I know the Canes fan base is showing you a lot of love, and they'd love to see you in the orange and green. Uh, Ross, anything else you have for Samson right now before we move on to the next topic?
As time goes on and stuff, I always wonder if certain questions I ask these guys will change, especially as they experience more about Miami. So I want to ask Samson, these three words, what do they mean to you? Miami Hurricanes football. After your official visit, what do those words mean now?
What do they mean to me? I mean, Miami Hurricanes football. I mean, I say, I mean. Uh, I mean, a program that's going to be great. Pretty much, I would say. Let's keep 'em right there.
Gotta love it, man. Samson Okunlola, number 3 offensive tackle in the nation. Do you have any, Samson? You want that number 1 spot from Francis?
No, I mean, I'm not too worried about rankings and stuff. We're in
Love
high
that.
school, so I'm really worried about this next college and on pretty much. Being a 5-star is cool. Being ranked highly is cool, but at the end of the day, when you leave high school, it doesn't matter no more.
Love that mentality. That's very true. You can have 5 stars, 3 stars, no stars, but you have to, put in hard work, and it'll show off on the football field. And Samson, we know whatever school you play at, you choose, you're going to do great things on the football field and off the field in academics, and as being a human being as well, Samson. So we're really excited to see your football, career take off, and what school you choose, we'll be rooting for you in this fan base as well.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that.
Absolutely, Samson. Ross, anything else before we wrap it up with Samson?
No, just like Paul said, man, thank you for giving us some time, man. I mean, you are one of the absolute elite recruits in this 2023 class, so it's always fantastic to have you on the scoop. So just thank you for giving us that time, and I love seeing you rocking that Miami shirt.
For sure. Appreciate you having on me. Man. Thank you, Concho, in the building. Feel me?
Yep.
All right, Samson. Have a great rest of your night, man. Thanks for coming on the scoop, and best of luck moving forward, and working on your craft this upcoming football season and your decision. Take care.
For sure. You have a good night.
You too. All right, that was Samson Okunlola, number 3 offensive tackle in the nation, 5-star recruit, Canes fans. He had an official visit to Miami in June. He's looking at schools like Alabama, Michigan State, Ohio State, Miami. He loves Miami. He was wearing a Miami Hurricanes football t-shirt. What I got based off of that interview, Ross, he's going to take his time. He said he's going to visit 2 more schools, potentially during the regular season. He didn't say maybe it will be the same school again. He just said he's going to visit 2 more schools. I think Miami is a heavy player. He loves the relationship with Coach Cristobal and Mirabal. He loves as well that they're both offensive linemen guys. That's their specialty. And you don't see that a lot with a head football coach and a great offensive line coach with Coach Mirabal. So it's going to be interesting where he picks, but I think Miami is in a great spot. I'll say this, Canes fans, just my gut, I don't think we're going to see an early commitment or decision to any school, whether it's Miami, another program. I think he's going to take his time. That's just my opinion and what I got from interviewing him just now. Ross?
I believe that wholeheartedly. And for another fact is he has an older brother that's playing Division I college football in the FBS. So his older brother can guide him and tell him, hey, don't rush. You don't have to rush things. You're an elite player. These schools will come to you. They'll roll the red carpet out for you, So the fact that he's got an older brother that's already in college, why not take that extra time? And I'm sure that that's what he's telling him. And you know what? When you're that good of a player, you have all that right to take that extra time, dude. You have all that right to make people wonder. You have all that right to just go silent when you want to go silent. And that's just the way it is, because this is an absolute elite player. There's just no doubt about it. And I love seeing Michael Rawls say, lock up Alos. Yes, Alos Allen. That'd be fantastic.
Miami's in a great position offensive line-wise. We have the number 1 offensive tackle in the nation, Francis Mauigoa, which is something we haven't done in a very long time. Samson Okunlola loves the University of Miami. As you guys missed it, we just had him on. Those joining us now, you can go back and see what he said. Alos Alanin, 4-star offensive lineman, has offers from Ohio State, Alabama, you name it. I mean, he's a big name, and Peyton Kirkland as well. Michigan State, Florida, Miami. If we grab all of those guys, I mean, that's your future starting offensive line, and I think all of those guys are going to be starters at the next level, whatever school they choose, Ross. So it's going to be very interesting how things play out. But I think the great thing is that Coach Mirabal is, widely recognized as one of the best offensive line coaches in the game, and Mario Cristobal is an offensive lineman himself.
And let's flip that on over to the trenches on the other side. Coach Joe is one hell of a coach. Coach Salavea is one hell of defensive line coach and a good recruiter. And I'm pretty sure Jaden Wayne would tell you that himself. He has a great relationship with him. So, I mean, it's having these type of coaches in the trenches. I mean, this is what we've been dreaming of as Miami fans. We've been dreaming of getting this all fixed, getting a starting unit to gel, and then getting a genuine set behind them, getting that depth that we've been coveting so much.
Everyone joining us live now, over 100 people watching. Thank you very much for your support. If you can hit subscribe if you haven't already, and the like button to support the Scoop on the U, we greatly appreciate it. We have, hopefully a couple other 5 stars we want to bring in, if not tonight, for another show. Ross has been doing an outstanding job just coordinating and, just developing a relationship with these recruits and, really breaking down their tape every time. I ask you the question, then I ask the recruits. They say you're spot on every time. So, great job.
I want to be able to truly scout these guys. I want them to understand that I know their upside and that I see their upside and that I can speak about it clearly. Because when you're a player like Okunlola, you can of course be humble, but you also know how badass you are. So for him to hear it, it definitely resonates, and it's something that he's familiar with, no doubt about it, because he's being told that by a lot of people.
By the way, guys, if you haven't seen my short video about Jaden Wayne, I'm going to stick with him. He's a 5-star. I don't care what happened on his announcement day. He's a 5-star no matter what.
5-star.
He is a special football player, guys. I mean, he is a special football player.
Absolutely. 5-star.
He's going to be, in my opinion, I think he can make an instant impact. I think he's that good.
Yeah, I don't care what any of these services say. I don't give a damn what they say. That is a 5-star talent. There's absolutely no doubt about it. And if the whole coming to Miami made you drop a star thing, just like it did with Antonio Tripp, well, guess what? It puts a chips on these guys' shoulders, and I'm okay with a little bit of chip on these guys' shoulders because they're going to want to come out and prove that they're better than these rankings. And we all know, Canes fans, that Jaden Wayne is a 5-star talent.
So I believe there's a decision coming from Raul Aguirre tomorrow.
Aguirre.
Oh, what do you think about Raul? I mean, where he on his decision and where things stand?
I spoke with you early about it. I got in touch with him really early, and it was actually when me and him had a phone call. It was right after he got offered by Diaz and his staff, and the big draw was the ethnic background and being able to relate to the coaches and stuff like that. I'm not quite sure, what relationships he's developed at Miami, honestly. He hasn't spoken to me much since then. I get little bits here and there, but he does like Miami. He's told me that flat out. He does like Miami, and Miami's a real player for him. I just don't know if we're the top player for him, unfortunately.
What do you think, Canes fans? 1 through 2, what's your vote of confidence on Raul Aguirre committing tomorrow? Is it going to be Miami? Is it going to be another school? 1 through 10. Put in your vote of confidence in the chat. Would love to hear what you guys think. What do you think, Ross? I know you spoke to him on the phone during the Diaz era. I mean, if you had to make an educated guess, 1 through 10, where would you put that number? Because I'll be honest, I don't know. I really don't know.
I'll give it a 6.
Give it a 6, okay. Got people getting 8s, 10s. That would be great. We need linebacker play, guys. We've spoken about this for a while. I feel like it's a position group that we need to rebuild from. Charlie Strong is the linebackers coach as well, and I think he has a great reputation in college football and a great resume. Honestly, I think he probably, he should be a head coach somewhere.
We've got some current guys on the staff as well that are exciting, man. I mean, let's see what we do with guys like Chase Smith. Let's see what kind of development they make within this system and how we decide to use them. I can't wait. I mean, we do have a couple intriguing players there, no doubt. They just got to get developed, but we got to recruit better overall. We all know that. We just simply have to recruit better at linebacker. And we will.
We have a very good, respectable staff with an outstanding resume. Even our analyst, Jason Taylor.
Even if they miss on a guy, I totally trust that they will circle back, find their other hand-picked player and roll the red carpet out for them and go right after them. I know that's just how the staff works. They don't stop working. They go after it and go after it and go after it. I love it.
Chase Smith and Wesley Bassint. Would love to see that. Would love to.
If Wesley's ready, let's do it. If he proves that he's ready, hell yeah.
All right. Ross, I know we were maybe going to bring on a couple other recruits, maybe one more. Are we good for tonight?
Yeah, I think I'm going to save the other big one here. We'll do that one on a separate show as well.
All right. We're excited about, the other recruit we plan on bringing on. And, man, trying to get you guys through the off season. Got a lot of big things going on. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by the Scoop. I hope you guys enjoyed the Samson Okunlola interview. I think there was, a lot of great, feedback he had to provide for the fan base and where, things stand in his recruitment. You guys can, on your way out, hit the like button, hit subscribe. If you haven't already, would greatly appreciate your support. And thank you again, guys, for tuning in. And always, it's all about the U. Go Canes.
Go Canes.